Shirik shirik yenten Shiyin rikbi yenten
Dajin lok tu tulu Meta maybe norbu Shirik yenten ino Dajin lok tu tulu Meta maybe norbu Shirik yenten
Kuzuzangpala to all the listeners across the country. I am Novuzam from Kurutang Middle Secondary School. This radio program is to reach to all the children across the nation. This lesson is for Class 3, Volume 4, for the subject Mathematics on the topic Probability Language. Now children, you have learned how to use probability language since class PP, right? Let us recall what probability language is and when to use the probability language. Probability is the study of chances of something happening in future. It is about what is the chance of something happening or not happening? In this lesson, we will learn to use words like impossible, certain, likely, and unlikely to predict the chances of something happening in the future. To understand the probability language, let us look at the figure given below. Look at the long, thick blue line first. On that line, you will see 3 main marks. On the end of the right side, we have the word certain. Now, we use the word certain when we are sure that an event will take place in the future. If you're sure something will happen in the future, you use the word certain, okay? Now, on the end of the left side of the line, we have the word impossible. We use the word impossible when we are sure that an event cannot take place in the future. If you are sure that something will not happen, then you use the word impossible. Okay? In the center, we have the word possible. Possible is when an event may or may not take place in the future. 50-50% chances. It might happen, it might not happen. Okay? Now, impossible, certain, and possible are the 3 main possibilities, right? If you look at the space between possible and certain, we have the word likely. We use the word likely when the chances of an event happening is higher than it not happening. So, if there is a high chance of something happening, then we say it is likely. Okay? Now, look at the left side of the line between the word possible and impossible. We have the word unlikely. We use the word unlikely if the chances of an event happening is lower than it not happening. That means if there is a very low chance of something happening, then we say it is unlikely. Hope the pictures can help explain the meaning of these situations. To help you understand better when and how to use the probability language, let us look at some of the situations to use these words. Look at example 1. We will get number 7 if we roll a dice. Now, there are only 6 faces on a dice. So, this event will surely never happen. There is no number 7 on a dice, right? So, it is impossible. Now look at example 2. If I toss a coin, I can get a head or a tail. Now, a coin has only 2 sides, a head and a tail. So, if I can get any of these 2, this event is sure to happen. So, it is certain. Now look at example 3. If I roll a dice, I will get a number above 2. Now, what are the numbers above 2? 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? So you can get any of these numbers, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The chances of getting number 3 and above is more than getting number 2 and 1. So this event is likely to happen. Now look at example 4. If I roll a dice, I will get number 1. The chances of getting number 1 is very less because there are chances of getting other numbers like 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is very unlikely to happen. Now that you have learned how to use the probability language in different situations, let us try activity 1. The instruction for activity 1 is describe the probability of each result when you roll a dice once using a probability word like likely, unlikely, impossible, or certain. The first one is done for you. To help you understand, a picture of a dice and pictures of the 6 faces of a dice is shown there. Okay, now let us look at A. You will get a number that is more than 5. Now look at the faces of a dice. A dice has 6 faces, right? And the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now there is only one number that is more than 5. It is number 6. So out of 6 total chances, there is only one chance of getting a number that is more than 5. So the chance is very low. So we say this event is unlikely. So write the word unlikely in the blank given there. Okay? Now look at B. It says you will get any number from 1 to 6 on the top. Okay, so it says you can get any number from 1 to 6. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And these are the 6 numbers on the 6 faces of a dice, right? So you have all the 6 chances. That is why this event is sure to happen. So what word will you use if an event is sure to happen? Write that word in the blank. Now let us look at C. You will get a number more than 6 on the top. There are only 6 faces on a dice. And do we have any number that is greater than 6 on a dice? No, right? So this event will never happen. So what word will you use if you are sure that an event will not happen? After you have written the answers for B and C, you can check if you have answered them correctly by looking at the answer box given at the end of this lesson. Now, let us look at activity 2. The instruction says, look at the spinner and answer the questions that follow. The first one is done for you. Now look at the spinner. given on the right. Do you see the letters A, B, C, and D? Okay, this spinner has been divided into 4 parts, right? So let us look at each part. A is the yellow part. Is it a larger part? B is the blue part. Is it large or small? C is the green part. And D is the pink part. Is it large or small? Now, let us look at the questions. The first question, A. What is the probability of the spinner landing on D? Look at the spinner. Where is D? Which color is D? The pink one, right? Now, D has used more space on the spinner, right? A very large space. So, the chances of the arrow landing on D is very high. That's why this event is likely. The chances of the spinner landing on D is higher. Now let us look at B. What is the probability of the spinner landing on A? Look at A. What space does it take on the spinner? It takes a smaller space on the spinner, right? So what are the chances of the arrow landing on A? Do we have a higher chance or a lower chance? Think carefully and choose the correct word to describe the probability of the spinner landing on A. After you have written the answer for B, you can check if you got the answer correct in the answer box given at the end of this lesson. Alright children, so in today's lesson, we have learned to use 4 different words in different situations to describe the probability, right? We have learned impossible, certain, likely, and unlikely. Now, to check if you have understood the lesson, try the question in Self-Check for Learning. The question says, what is the probability of you meeting your friend tomorrow? Okay? If you are sure to meet your friend tomorrow, you have to write the word certain. If your friend is not there near you, or you're not going to meet your friend at all, then you will write the word impossible. If there is a high chance of you meeting your friend tomorrow, then you will write the word likely there. And if there is a very less chance or low chance of you meeting your friend tomorrow, then you can write the word unlikely there. So as per your situation and as per the chance of you meeting your friend, write the answer. So children, that brings us to the end of this lesson. Stay safe, stay clean, stay healthy, and keep washing your hands. Thank you for being great listeners. Goodbye.
Şerik şerik yenden Şeyin rikbi yenden
Dajin lok tu tulu Meta me binurbu Shirik yenten ino Dajin lok tu tulu